Greetings YouTube, Simon here, welcome back to Final Fantasy VII and what is going to be the first of a two-part mini-series where we're going to be covering the Crashed Gelnika. That's the underwater crashed plane dungeony thing that you can find on the world map here in the game. And the first part today is going to be covering all of the treasure chests and the steals from the bosses. And then the second part, which is coming at a later date, will cover all of the morph glitching stuff using the W item materia. So first of all, in order to reach the Crashed Gelnika, you're better off just making your way over to the dock at Gold Saucer, and thanks by the way to Lomax over at the live stream for this little tip here. And once you found the dock, it's really easy, just sink down and the dungeon is very close by. This actually saves you having to go traversing underwater, which is a bit of a labyrinth in and of itself, and of course you're probably going to have Emerald Weapon to contend with. Now I do recommend that you do this dungeon on disc 2, that way you can face off against the boss fight, which you can't do if you come here on disc 3, and you'll miss out not only on a pretty awesome battle, but a couple of treasures as well. So beginning from the save point here, we're going to open the very first treasure chest, which contains a weapon for Cloud known as the Heaven's Cloud. There's a lot of awesome loot here in this dungeon, by the way. For such a small dungeon, there's a tremendous amount of great stuff you're going to want to pick up. Right, in the first room then, just north of the save point, there's about 5 treasures in total. The first treasure here on the right is an escort guard, and then just hidden over under the next treasure chest on the bottom floor is the fantastic double cut materia. You do not want to miss that. It is incredible. You're going to love it. And over in the other corner you have the Conformal Weapon. Again, a fantastic weapon. This is for Yuffie. And one of the great things about that weapon is that it doesn't reduce damage when you use Morph, which is going to come in useful later, trust me. And then over here we have the Mega Elixir. Okay, so actually there was 4 treasures in here as opposed to 5. Anyway, heading back out now, we're going to make our way over into the next room. And if, like me, you're doing this on disc 2, you will encounter the Turks, and this is going to kick off your next battle against them. And this is important because there's 2 steals that you're going to want to get here in this fight. One is off Reno and the other is off Rude. No surprises there. And they are the Tough Ring and the Zydric Armor. Now, I just want to stress this. If you come here on disc 3, you will not be able to encounter the Turks here, and therefore you will not be able to get their steals. And since their steals are both very rare items, as I say, I highly recommend coming here on disc 2. At a 50% success chance though, the steals won't take long to get, and then just finish the battle as you wish. Omni Slash will do the trick if you have access to it. And then we come to the final room where, as you can imagine, there's just another whole bunch of treasures for us to go ahead and loot. Starting with the Mega Elixir just as we enter the room there, and if we stay on the upper level for the time being, we can grab the Spirit Lance, which is a nice weapon for Sid, and then we'll make our way down to the bottom floor where there's just a few more items to grab, but actually some very fantastic items, so don't miss out. First of all, we have the Hades Materia. In my opinion, one of the most powerful summon materias in the game, not including Knights of the Round, which is sort of in a league of its own. We also have the High Wind, which is Sid's level 4 limit break, and the Outsider, a nice weapon for Vincent. So all in all, not a bad haul of loot, wouldn't you say? Incidentally, as a little tip for you, that Hades summon materia can be paired with the added effect materia combination in armor, and it pretty much gives you the exact same effect as the ribbon accessory. So, you know, not too shabby all round, I'm sure you'll agree. Alright then guys, well, that pretty much completes the loot section of the Crashed Gelnika, so come back next time and we'll be doing some awesome glitching stuff with the W item materia and just maxing out our stats. Thanks for stopping by folks, I'll see you next time.